I was having a thought today about being kind of stuck in the middle. Um, I don't know if anybody else is going to be able to relate to this, but I have a board in my office. I work from home. I have a board that is literally counting down the weeks till I plan to retire. And my retirement date is July 11th, 2028. And so that happens to be 154 weeks away. And every week I mark down the week and change it by 1 week and subtract 1 week. And so, obviously I am looking forward to being retired and being done with that phase of my life and having the freedom of retirement. And I know I watch a lot of retirement videos on YouTube. You probably do as well. And there's a lot of things that folks talk about when they're in retirement and kind of how to navigate being in retirement. But there's very few YouTube videos or information that I've seen out there that talks about how do we do this stage? Like, how do we do this period of time, this couple of years as we're preparing for retirement? Like, how do we navigate that the best way that we can? And a couple of things that I've been thinking about is I don't want to prepare for retirement and miss today. Like, be thinking so much about the future and preparing for that date, 154 weeks away for me, and miss the special moments that are happening right now every day. We have so much to be grateful for and so much to be present for and engaged in. We have wonderful family, we have wonderful children, we have wonderful grandchildren. We love to do so many things. We love nature, we love our garden, we love to hike, we love to camp. I think I mentioned in an earlier video, I got my kayak out, a couple weeks ago when we were camping, and just being out on that water and listening to nothing but nature was so wonderful. So I want to be present and I want to be engaged in today while still preparing for the future. And I'm hoping that this resonates with some of you as you're also preparing for your future retirement. And I'd love for us to put together some tips on how to stay, present and enjoying our current life while still preparing for the future. Because as we know, the future is never promised, and we can prepare and we can plan, but I think all of us could probably, point out situations of people that we know who prepared and did everything right and crossed every T and dotted every I and didn't make it the 154 weeks. They didn't make it to their retirement, or they didn't make it long after their retirement. So, just wanting to really appreciate every day and be present and engaged in our day-to-day activities while still preparing for the future. And so that was a thought that I had today. And I kind of had some potential tips to share with you. Hopefully, these could be helpful for you. These are things that I'm doing for myself as I'm counting down, to my retirement. And some of the things that I'm doing is, and we're doing, my husband and I are doing, is, planning things. So planning activities with the kids, planning outings with the kids and with ourselves and with friends, creating social connections that, kind of celebrate today and what's going on in our world today. Self-care activities, routines and rituals that take care of ourselves on a daily basis. Some of the things that I do every day is I try to, read positive information, daily affirmations, do morning meditations, do some journaling, some writing. In my case, I do quite a bit of typing. It's just more comfortable for me. My hands, after years of clinical documentation, my fingers and hands have quite a bit of arthritis now. So I do typing in my journal. So, having a morning ritual that just includes some quiet time before we get busy with our day, before we jump into, whatever the day has in store for us when it comes to our work, especially, and continuing to work, putting in place some daily rituals around self-care, and making sure that we have our calendar and have some things on our calendar to look forward to that have to do with, some activities with our family, with our friends, with our significant other, or even just with ourselves. Myself personally, I'm looking into doing some solo hiking and some solo camping. I love nature, I love to hike, and I also want to do some of that on my own. And it's a goal that I've always had and I never attained. So I plan to do some of that in the future. So challenging yourself, what are some interests and things that you've always wanted to be involved with? And maybe just put them on the back burner for whatever reason. Busy with work, busy with family, putting other people's needs before yours, whatever it might be. Pull those things out, dust them off, and maybe put your toe in the water with some interests that you've maybe not really taken advantage of. And that's a great way to stay in today and stay present and engaged in this particular moment. So, just self-care activities, putting things on our calendar that keeps us engaged and looking forward to current events, not just future events. And then finally, pulling out some things that maybe you have let go and have not prioritized, things that you've always wanted to do. We don't have to wait, in my case, we don't have to wait 154 days to start enjoying our lives. Even though we're working right now, we can be fully engaged and enjoying where we're at in the moment while still looking forward to the future. If this content has resonated with you, if you're sitting, watching this and saying, yes, that's me. Yes, that's exactly how I feel right now. Like and subscribe to our channel. We will have more content like this. This was a random thought I had today, actually, as I was getting ready for work, that I really wanted to share with you while it was top of mind. So, like and subscribe to our channel for more content along these lines. Really wanting to build a community of like-minded people who could support each other for the future, but also help each other stay in today. So with that in mind, continue to join us for more interesting videos in regards to pre-retirement and just the ponderings that we have on a day-to-day basis. Thanks, and have a great night.